jump straight into a task and then move on as soon as it's done. That may sound like an easy recipe for efficiency, but it certainly isn't the way to effectiveness and long-term productivity. Being efficient at the cost of making mistakes and doing things wrong is a bad bargain. If you want to be effective and productive at the same time, then you need to get into 3 habits: planning, preparation, and follow-up. And those are the subject of this video. Firstly, planning. There are 5 steps to creating a decent plan. Step 1, where are we going? What's our goal? What are our objectives? What outcomes are we after? If you don't know the answers to those questions, you're not ready. Step 2, how will we get there? This is the core of your plan. Here, you need to think about all of the tasks involved and the logical sequence from one to the next to the next. You need to think about how long each task will take and therefore when each task will get done. Step 3, what resources do we need? Think about the people and the skills that you need to deploy and how much time you'll need from each of them. Think about the equipment and the materials you need. Thinking about resources will ensure that you're ready. And don't just think about material resources and real things. Think about information, knowledge, skills, the things you need to learn to be ready to do the tasks. And putting all that together, there's the master resource: money. A proper plan has a budget. Step 4, what could go wrong? A good plan foresees potential problems, risks. And some risks are highly likely, but not very consequential. Other risks have a huge consequence, but are not likely. You need to think about what are the risks that you really need to plan for. And for each one, ask yourself, how can we reduce the level of risk? Reduce the impact or the likelihood or both? Or how can we set up a plan B so that if the risk occurs, we know how to handle it? And step 5, how can we measure progress? How will you know that the plan is actually working once you're underway? What are the key measures that you need so that you know that you're on time and on budget and delivering to the plan that you set yourself? This simple 5-step planning process, ahead of everything important that you're going to do, will ensure that when you tackle it, you'll know what's coming up and you'll be able to respond effectively to surprises. The second thing I want to talk about is preparation. Never go into any situation without taking some time to prepare yourself. That's how meetings can become disasters and how a presentation can crash and burn. There's a saying, perfect preparation prevents poor performance. The problem we have is that in our organisations, meetings often last an hour or maybe half an hour or 90 minutes. And then the next one starts. What if you've got a meeting from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then another one from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. How are you going to prepare for the second meeting? The only thing you can do, of course, is to prepare for all your meetings at the start of the day and hope that they stay fresh enough in your mind by the time you get to your 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. meeting and your 3 p.m. to your 4 p.m. meeting. Better still, whenever you set up meetings, whenever you accept meetings, push for them to be 45 minutes or 25 minutes. That gives you a 5-minute or a 15-minute or a 10-minute gap between 2 meetings. This gives you time to relax at the end of the meeting and prepare for your next one. You will be so much more productive, so much more effective if you've got time between your meetings. Let's face it, what if your 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. meeting is followed by a 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. meeting somewhere else? You haven't even got time to get there, let alone to get yourself a cup of coffee, to make yourself comfortable, and you certainly won't have time to properly prepare yourself. And what about presenters who hardly seem to know what's on their slides, what they're going to say? You wouldn't expect an actor to go on stage to play Hamlet or Hedda Gabler without proper rehearsal. So why would you expect a manager to stand in front of their clients, their customers, or their peers without having rehearsed your presentation? We've talked about planning and we've talked about preparation. The final thing I want to talk about is follow-on, or to coin a word, post-paration. If you can prepare, so you can post-pair. If it's worth doing, it's worth reflecting on, it's worth reviewing, it's worth following up on, it's worth writing up. It's worth post-pairing. Honour the commitments that you've made and do your tidying up afterwards. Yes, I'm talking about organising and filing. One of the most important things for professionals and managers like yourself is to grow through your career from a point where people will recognise you as smart to a point later on in your career where people come to you because you are wise. And all the research says that there is one thing that you can do systematically through your career which will give you the best possible chance of moving from smart to wise. And that is reflecting on your experiences. So whatever it is you complete, once you've completed it, take time to review it. Take time to think about it. And you'll notice that in the descriptions below all of our Management Courses modules, we have a set of exercises, and almost every single one has at least 1 or 2 stages of reflection built in. People who make time to reflect on their experiences make better judgments, their decisions are more solid and robust, and they quickly acquire the respect of their peers and the people around them. And the last part of post-pairing, of following up, is to do your organising. Make sure that your notes are in order and that your papers and documents and files are sorted and filed away as they should be, so that you can access them when you need them. So the secret to great personal productivity is planning, preparing, and then when you've done it, post-pairing, following up on the things that you've done. And if you can do all of those well, you will be far more productive. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video. There's loads more great Management Courses content to come, so please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.